Okay. Looks like we're live.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Welcome, boys and girls. It's been a minute, I think, because I can't remember the last show, so that means it's probably at least over a week old past or
Oh,
more.
I think our last show would have been like our last tournament.
Probably so. Nevertheless,
Oh
this
no,
is
it was our tournament. It was before our tournament. Remember?
maybe after that, but yeah, around that, probably a month ago then,
Yep.
ish. So we've been busy. Did the
Yep.
whole Adepticon week. What was that? Last Wednesday to Sunday.
Yeah. So it's been a week, and we're home, and I'm still dealing with the con crud myself.
Yeah, I mean like some emergency uh, could help,
Yeah. That's
or
voodoo.
some soap.
I mean, I took showers. I
Well, you
don't
still
know.
got to wash your hands in the shower.
Oh yeah, it's the only thing I don't wash.
Yeah, weird, but I have to remind you.
Wouldn't know.
However, if you guys want to listen to a couple dumb idiots talk about the largest miniatures convention in North America and our experience there, that's what we're here to do today. Um, I guess I should start off by saying Happy Easter to everybody.
Happy Easter.
It's weird, a little bit on an Easter morning to do a show, but um, this is what the life schedule has given to us.
Yep. I've been at work. I just finished 5 in a row. I got 4 more to go. Then my plan is to go home on the Thursday that I get off, flip back to day shift because Friday, me, Max, and Luke are driving down to Kentucky with the rest of our squad,
Oh yeah,
playing in the trash bash in the bluegrass. Whole squad of us going down. So it's going to be good times.
I guess we'll do. I don't even remember how we do a show anymore. It's been so long. What about Jesus? I guess we can just skip over the outside of Warhammer segment because we didn't do anything but Warhammer for the last seemingly seems like over a month between RGT ending that up. We play. Well, I played in that Upkeep Games RTT the week prior to Adepticon to get some test games in. Then we did Adepticon all week, and then we've had about a week off now from Adepticon. But like most of the last 2 months were kind of focused on,
Consumed.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, is there? Well, let's do this because I know I have some stuff for this. Um, so work desk. Are you working on anything right now, or is it mostly just you've been chill?
I have been working on commander decks for Magic.
Fucking a.
uh,
This guy
but
doing
no,
a
I
AOS work desk section. Well, I've been constructing commander desks.
I uh I worked on Nurgle up until Adepticon,
Yeah.
and so I haven't been working on anything. Trying to figure out my list. I'm gonna play. I think I'm gonna play Hellsmiths for the Trash Bash because, as you'll see, I didn't even do great playing Nurgle. So I mean, it probably doesn't really make that big of a difference what I end up playing. So I figured I'll play my favorite army instead of just playing with something that I thought was going to be good.
And you don't have
I just
paint anymore for that army, do you? For that list, or have you looked at it?
I well, they all went down in points, so I got to figure out. I might have to build an entire 10-man unit of spears Depending on what list I'm going to bring, I don't know. I'm going to have to figure it out.
Maybe you can add
Um,
in bull centaurs now.
oh yeah, I didn't even think of that.
You have
I
some of
could
those
like
painted,
take
right?
something. Yeah, I could
Hey,
take something down.
Jeremiah says Happy Easter
Happy Easter,
to
Jeremiah.
these handsome devils. I think he wants a hug. What's up, Jeremiah? Um, yeah, I mean, having bull centaurs in a list is cool. I think instead of just having like maybe 10 more little dummies that seem to evaporate pretty quickly.
The whole army evaporates pretty quickly.
Well, no, but maybe you could kill something before they die.
Maybe. We'll give her a shot. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. I don't know how it's going to go, but I'm going to play with it because who cares?
Sure. Well, I mean, like, you're right. You can't do much worse than taking a 5-0 army to Adepticon
And rolling 2-3.
and
I don't know if Nurgle's 5-0 anymore, though. I mean, they haven't had a lot of 5-0s recently since their book came out.
yeah. Well, I think it isn't it like most of the time with that kind of stuff is like new book comes out, armies do really well because no one's gotten a chance to really get practice against new books. So it's
And don't
like,
know the rules.
yeah, so it's hard to interact with something or defend yourself or know what to do in a situation because it's, there's new rules and some things are like not gotchas, but it feels like it sometimes just
Yeah,
because you
maybe.
haven't seen it enough. So maybe people's had enough time to figure out Nurgle.
Yeah, start 3 inches away from each other.
Yeah, that would be number one. Yeah. How much of that did you get? Everyone?
I told everybody before the game, listen, you're going to want to separate your shit.
Oh.
I mean, I could do gotchas, but
No, I got you.
maybe if I didn't tell everybody before the game, then I would have went 4-1. But
Well, you never know. You got me that one game, and I was like, man, fuck this shit. Fuck this game.
you're gonna learn today.
Yeah, that was cool. Basement gotcha hammer. That was fun. um, oh, cool. I mean, like, hope you have fun playing that army at least.
Yeah, I like the army. I'm not probably gonna hang it up, but you're talking about Hellsmiths.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't care. Fuck it, play some Hellsmiths. It's gonna be fun.
Um, I have something to show you.
Oh yeah, what do you got?
So I've been thinking for a while that I would do something different, and everyone seems to think I'm like possessed by aliens or something now. But
Oh yeah, you sent me pictures of that the other day. Some tree boys.
there's this boy. So I have 3 of these big lads on my desk right now.
Nice.
So I'm gonna build them. Um, I think I'd like how the new book is just by getting that leaked preview thing. It's also
Rob did a rundown of it. I haven't watched it
yeah, I
yet.
watched like half of it while I was building models last night. I mean, I read through the PDF that someone posted last week,
Yeah.
and it seems cool. Um, I mean, one of the main things for me on getting into the army was you don't need 3 boxes of faction terrain anymore.
Okay.
Just the one box with the 3 pieces because each piece is its own thing and you don't combine them anymore.
Oh,
So they're
interesting.
3 separate pieces that you can you grow out on the table or whatever. So that's really cool. They streamlined all of the faction terrain rules that used to be
Okay.
horrendous. So now you can travel with the army easier. Um, you
You
don't
don't have
need
to
as
worry
many
about somebody
pieces.
bumping shit when they're putting
Yeah,
their
and it's
models
not like
inside of it.
when you had the crescent pieces and you had to like tip to tip them, and then it gets shifted and this and that. It was all a
Yeah.
nightmare
Right.
with those things. So um, that's no longer a thing. Well, I should say it's no longer a thing for 99% of the army. There's a army of renown that still can
That
use
uses
up
the
to
old
nine
rules.
pieces. No, you don't put them together. You can still. It's like up to nine pieces is one of the
Oh,
rules. So you can
I
keep
see.
planting trees out. Just probably just so it's like, hey, if you have Sylvaneth players have nine pieces, you can still use them in this army of renown.
Okay.
But anyways, so I'm building. I guess it'll probably be a project where I get it all built and play it a couple times, then stick it in a box. But we'll see. I think
Never gonna paint it.
I think in theory these guys can be easily painted too.
Well, you have an airbrush. They look like pretty airbrushable army.
Oh, yeah. This is not a brush model army. After I built these big dudes, they got so many little branches and leaves sticking off them. I think you have to spray them
Yeah.
in
Easy
some
cheesy.
fashion.
You're
So,
gonna have to learn to use it sometime.
yep. So we'll probably end up doing that. I mean, I don't know what the list is or anything yet. I'm trying to gear toward that, but I know I like the big dudes, so we got some big guys.
I don't know who I heard from, but I heard the dryads were really good now. Probably because they haven't sold them for so long.
Well, the Dryads were kind of good in the old book, but they kept the minus to hit and minus to wound on them.
I see.
So like you can bring a brick of them, and they can just be like a sticky, kind of like the Nurgle plague
Play
bearers.
bears.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they got a lot of cool stuff in the book. Infantry seems real good. All of the infantry. Um, I guess there's ways to give companions extra attacks. So if you played bugs, it could be pretty cool. Alariel's completely different. She only revives herself now, but she's a bit tankier. Um, Drycha has a charge through trees ability, which is pretty wild. I got to play Fred Schmidt the other day on TTS so he could test it out. And literally, you can countercharge through a tree into your enemy.
I don't understand. I'll have to look at it.
Yeah.
Like if
So
you teleport, so you're like, here's a
no,
tree here,
there's
and
no
here's another tree
teleport.
here.
There's no teleport. Drycha makes a 2d6 roll. Okay.
Okay.
Whatever that number is. If that number of inches gets you from a tree to an
Any
enemy
tree
model,
anywhere.
yes. Yeah.
So
And you don't have to be
it could be a
next to a
board
tree.
it could be a
It's
board
board
wide
wide charge.
teleport.
Yes.
Teleport charge. There's
Well,
no teleport. It's literally a
except,
teleport.
well, you have to make the charge roll. You have to make, the distance has to be rolled to make it from the tree to an enemy or whatever. But
Okay. Guess I'm
um,
painting some trees now.
yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he hit me with that counter charge when I thought I was safe, and I was like, "Oh, this is shitty." It's like Drycha just jumped all the way across the board, is now in my face. Um, but I mean, I don't know. Like, there's a couple things in the book that I think are really cool or nice or fun or new. Um, but we'll have to see like what list is real good, or maybe it's just an army to play for funsies. I don't know. But it will be good for now, at least for a few months, I think.
Yeah.
So
The battle scroll came out.
yes,
Nurgle didn't take any big hits. Lumineth and Zinch didn't take any because they're too new, I think, even
Yep.
though
Correct.
they need them. But your army took some hits on the dragons.
Well,
But then
so
I think went down points on a couple other things.
the weird thing about the effect points, and everybody was, the consensus around the planet was the bats need to take a hit. The bats are too powerful. The bats are too cheap, and blah blah blah. So fully expecting like all the Terror guys to go up in points.
Didn't the dragons go up? Isn't it the dragons that
The
went up?
the only thing that went up in points were the hero versions
Oh,
and the zombie dragon that teleports, the standalone one,
which needed
went
to
up like
happen.
20 points, 10 or 20 points there. But
Yeah,
the regular Terrorgeist did not go up in points at all.
which is crazy.
So um, they did nerf the list where people were bringing 7 monsters. But my list didn't change.
That's good news.
Yeah. Didn't change in the fact that, like, I had to swap out Morbeg Knights for Crypt Guard
Which are probably better anyway.
to save a few points. But,
Because your
like,
items and shit went up, right?
yeah, like, all the enhancements went up, and they went up, like, kind of crazy. Like, one went up 40 points. It was, like, 0 before, but now it's 40.
Okay.
Um, and, you just don't take that one. So what? Like, that one was like it was taken a lot, but it wasn't the problem,
Right.
right? So I don't know. It didn't. It seemed like it was like a sidestep for me and how I ran my list, which is still fine. Like I can still run that, or I can change it up and run like infantry boys and see how that works for a little bit.
Yeah.
Because none of that
Okay.
other stuff took hits. So yeah, effects fine. Always will be fine. No one's ever gonna kill the army off apparently. So because this is like 3 updates in a row where there was going to be like expected changes, and then kind of nothing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. That's good news.
Yeah, so still playable. um, I
Hellsmiths
mean,
went down in points, like I said. So
yeah, Hellsmiths went
I'm
way
gonna.
down, and Iron Jaws went down, which seems like
Seems kind of crazy,
they were doing pretty good already, and
right?
now you can get like an extra unit of bros in there. So
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
I initially thought, wow, I better go look at what I have for Iron Jaws because that might be a fun thing. So, um, I didn't realize how many Iron Jaws I have. Now I only have 20 brutes, which isn't a crazy amount, but I have
Oh
21 brute ragers somehow.
wow, that's 7 boxes.
Well, they're 3D prints. Don't tell anyone.
Oh, I know. I know. I was trying not to sell you out.
I got prints for those guys, but like just counting up the number of models in the box, and I was like, man, I got a ton of Ironjaw stuff. Um, so I mean, that might be. I'm sure that's still playable, you know, because Emmett did real good in our GT with Ironjaws, and I swear there was another guy at Adepticon that was doing pretty well too. I can't remember, but I guess we're here to look through that in a minute anyway.
I think Stephen Matta, who I played, did okay.
Oh yeah. That's what I was thinking of. I think he was like 4-1, I believe.
Yeah, he beat me by 5 in round 2, which we'll get into. It was a super close game, but the map was really against me. But anyway, we'll get into it in a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, Iron Jaws we're in a solid place. I don't know.
Yeah, it seemed like across the board with the battle scroll, there wasn't any real like hikes. There was a lot of point drops. Um,
Yeah, like a lot of point drops.
yeah,
Like all the infantry went down in points
yeah.
in every army.
The other thing that I thought was kind of cool, who knows if it'll be impactful or not. They took all the point increases away from all of the Cruel Boys stuff that killed off people from playing it.
Yeah, but what they didn't they also change the one guy's ability to once per turn army when and they cranked up all the points. So like that's what
Yeah, I mean
like also
they
hurt
took
him.
some massive hits before, but I just thought like, oh, no one's playing the army anymore. They took all the points from all the enhancements away. All of like the sub factions are free, so it's like maybe you can bring a lot of boys now in a list.
Yeah,
Still be
I think
okay.
they're
I
just
don't know.
gearing up for the changes in July, June, July.
Well, that could be too. I mean, we're gonna start getting after July. I would imagine once the new GHB comes out, like more of those the storybooks for the next year, right? That's just gonna
Well, they
jack.
still got a few armies
No, I
still.
know, but
So.
like once those finish up, we got uh 3 months until July. So maybe over the course of the next couple months, they release a couple more books. Like toward the going into next year, like it'll be
Yeah,
like those storybooks come out that'll be like, boom, that's too overpowered. Boom, here's something else. It's like it'll be like scaling up. Like power creep will be crazy with those books, I think,
yeah.
because like
Yeah,
leading into the new edition, they'll just be like, oh, we're gonna rewrite this shit anyway. So
yeah, but I don't think they're putting out like it's not going to be an index edition. So
no, but they'll change rules and stuff. So like it'll be a little different, I guess.
yeah,
They can
I
adjust stuff all they
suppose.
want then.
Yeah.
Um. All right. Well. Um. The upcoming events we have on the docket are you and the crew. How many guys are going to trash class? Do you know?
Oh Jesus. Me, Max, Luke, Rob, Colwood, Mike. Um, I know I'm missing somebody. Um, I think at least one or two more that I'm not thinking of.
So we have like 6 or 7 ish probably going down there.
Yeah, yeah.
Seems like a good percentage to take the top 10 spots.
We're gonna have top three easy. I mean, we're sending some of our best guys, so should be good.
Yeah, that'll be a good time for you guys. Fortunately, I can't make that trip. A little sad about that one.
Yeah, that's all
But it
right.
is pretty close to after the Adepticon week. That usually tanks me pretty good.
Yeah, honestly, I was like, man, if I didn't say I would go, I probably wouldn't already have. But it's already planned, so I figure fuck it.
So, how many? What is their size on that? Like 32 or 40 or something?
Yeah, let me look.
Should have probably looked it up prior to this.
32 max. Looks like they've got 23, maybe 23 signed up.
Oh, so there's still room.
Yep.
All right, public service announcement. If you like playing against OMG guys down in Kentucky, and you enjoy the company of Clay and his boys,
I mean, who doesn't?
yeah, I mean, they are good huggers.
Oh, Jared's going to be there.
Okay.
Crandall.
All right. Yeah, but
Jared and
if you haven't signed up and you need to go, I'm sure there's room in people's Airbnbs or whatnots. Um, or if you just want to get away for the weekend, go down and see Clay and the boys at the Trash Clash in the Bluegrass. I think what it's called. If you want to search
Trash
it up,
Bash, maybe? I don't know.
yeah,
Let me look. All right.
it's on
All right.
GHB. Just
It's
type
the
in
Trash
Trash.
Clash in the Bluegrass.
Yeah, there you
Yep,
go.
Lexington, Kentucky. April 11th. and 12th. And no painting required for this one.
Oh yeah, I
He
forgot. Yep.
said he wanted to include a lot more people, so
Yeah. So bring your
no
shit and
painting.
try it out. It'll be
Yeah.
fun. All right. We don't have. Oh, we got one other upcoming event, and that's an OMG event on April 25th. This will be our first attempt at a narrative event. It's going to be an RTT style, um, playing at Pandemonium Games in Garden City, Michigan.
Okay.
So, if you guys can make it for that, please do. It's on BCP. It's called the Battle for Cartha Narrative AoS Tournament. This one is spearheaded by our own Gabe Cobalt.
Excuse me.
All right. Gabe's going to run this. He's going to be the TO. He has a pretty cool player pack for this. I read through it. It's got a little backstory, as narrative events do. It also has some extra things that you're going to get through the course of the 3 games. So the one
Okay.
list building requirement is that you have a infantry. Is it infantry or cavalry? I think it's infantry or cavalry hero. That's like a non-monster type of guy. So a little boy in your list, because that particular hero is going to be your warlord, or I can't remember what he said it was named. But that character gets extra enhancements through the course of the games.
What if you're playing giants?
Then you don't get anything.
Cool. So you're the worst team ever, army ever, and then you also don't get shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Cool.
Giants don't exist in this narrative,
I see.
probably,
Shaggy.
or you don't play with them.
What's
What's
up,
up,
Mike?
Mike? Jinx. That sucks for you. You can't talk the rest of the stream.
Yeah.
Got him. But yeah. So, anyways, if you like a little break in the normal matched play, come check that out. Like I said, it's April 25th. There's a little bit of backstory in there. There's going to be enhancements for your foot hero. There's also going to be, depending on which Grand Alliance wins the majority of the games each round, there's going to be a little bonus for them, like an army rule that you get added to your army. It's nothing game breaking. I read through them. There's nothing like super freaking crazy. It's just like a little bit of a bump in what they
That's
get to
fun.
do or whatever. So yeah, it's kind of cool. Like I said, we're gonna try it out. Gabe's been to a handful of narrative events, and he was really itching on doing one himself. He originally reached out to me just to ask some questions on like, basic things like how to run a tournament and things like that. And I said, well, hey man, I'll help you. So what's up, Frenchie? And
What is
Luke's
going
in the stream
on?
too. Well, they found their Easter baskets already, so they're like good to go this morning.
Love it.
Um, but anyways, yeah, read through the player pack. It's pretty cool. I like it. I've never played in a narrative event before, so I'm gonna go up there and play in that and support Gabe. And Josh just disappeared.
I
Oh,
didn't
there you
disappear.
are. Okay, he's picking his nose or something. Um, so anyways, that's like I said, that's on BCP. You can find a link in our Discord. And I think there's still a couple tickets left. We Gabe
Yeah, it
wanted
looks
to.
like there's 4. It's a
Yeah,
16-man tournament. We have 12
yeah.
spots filled, and it's $20, so it's a little bit cheaper than our regular RTTs.
Oh,
That's what
Rob,
it says.
how about GW models only?
I don't get it.
For what, Rob? The narrative event?
We'll wait for
I
him
don't
to.
know. I
Yeah,
think it might be in the player pack. I think there was one little thing in there about models and um, paint. I think he said paint was going to be required, which is a little bit of a weird thing, I thought.
yeah,
But
for
he also put a
RTTs.
caveat in there that says if you're a new player and don't have a painted army, just bring what you got. So I think it's like probably okay. I don't think anybody will get turned away, um, kind of thing. Because he wanted to make it new player friendly as well as having a narrative event. Are you dying over there or something?
I just want to blow my nose without
Oh,
you.
okay.
Like, yeah,
I figured that's what's happening. Okay, I got
yeah,
you. It was like camera off, camera on, camera off. I was like, something's going on over
yeah. French, you're just gonna bring in some Gundams, huh?
there. Yeah,
Probably look great in 40K, but maybe not
yeah. This freaking
82nd.
guy comes on an AOS stream talking about Gundams. How do we kick this guy?
To the
Just kidding.
streets.
We love you, Frenchie man. Have fun with all the models you want to have. Luke, leave Josh alone. Josh is an adult, unlike you, Luke. Um, we can give him shit and he won't be heartbroken or sad about it at all.
Yeah, I don't care.
Kids get their feelings hurt. Adults don't.
Facts.
All right, that's the only other. Oh, we did put out a tentative schedule for the regular RTTs this year. It's posted in the Discord. The dates may change. Some of them probably not. But it's kind of like the here's what we're
Playing
thinking.
bays.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just so we have it out there. We try to plan them around other big events and or life events that we have going on. So like, hopefully those dates work. I don't think we had much problem with getting people come out last year for the RTTs, but
Yeah, I think we'll fill them up. The big issue is I'm gonna miss some of them because I know I'll be out of town, but
yeah, you get that travel
yeah,
job,
we'll
which
figure
is
it out. Yeah,
it is what
I
that
mean
is, I guess.
it's every other week, but that's fine.
Is there anything else? I don't think anything else on upcoming stuff.
Nope.
So let's get into talking about Adepticon and what we thought about it.
Okay.
All right. Why don't you go ahead with like a overview or what you thought this year compared to last, or
All right. So this year, I think generally speaking, everything was a little bit more smooth. That being said, I think both of us had our badges sent to our house, which was convenient. But the lines seemed like they were shorter and faster, from what I understand. Um, I thought uh, I didn't love the vendor hall this year. They said that it was bigger than ever, but I didn't. I think the only thing I bought was that ruler that we found.
yeah.
Um, I think that might be the only thing I bought in the entire vendor hall. I wasn't looking for models though, so um, I guess no. You know what? Oh no, I bought something. I went to that game store in Milwaukee that real nice one,
Oh yeah, yeah. That's a good store.
and I ended up buying some blade lords, but yeah, I don't think I bought anything at the actual show except for that measuring tool. Just looking around here at what I got.
Yeah, I think
Um,
like the vendor hall, it felt big. I don't know how much bigger it was compared to last year either. It
yeah,
might have been. I mean that new StarCraft game had a gigantic booth.
yeah,
Um, I I think it's weird for us. I think because we're so focused in on Age of Sigmar that we walk around the vendor hall and go, don't care, don't care, don't care, don't care. Because it's
yeah.
like new game, new
We're not
game,
gonna
new
play
game, new
new
game, new
games.
game,
Yeah,
models, art, and
yeah,
you know that kind of stuff. It's still cool to look at all the stuff, um,
yeah.
but we're like really just going in there. What can we use for AOS? Is there any new
Yeah.
things like? trinkets or
and there wasn't a lot of tools. There
yeah,
wasn't a lot of tools. I mean, there was dice, but it's the same old dice. So
yeah. But if you're going there for like a miniature, like I don't care what it is as long as it's cool. They have a ton of shit in there. That's for
yeah,
sure.
I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong. There was tons of cool looking games, but I just don't have the energy or the time for them. So I mean, if I was 18 and hanging out at the game room every day, I'd probably play every single one of those games. But that's not how I roll anymore. So not a lot for me. I mean, you're right, Luke. Old man, OMG dice are
That's
elite
true.
dice.
They could have rolled a little better for me some games.
They rolled absolute dog shit for me. I'm actually thinking about burning them, melting them into one giant die, and then using it to throw at my opponents.
Oh
That's
wow,
going to be my plan. Yeah. If
that's a plan.
I mean, it's a good way. It's a structured way to knock people out and win games. So
Yeah,
yeah, they're
they're still
fresh.
fresh. You got to break them in like a new
Yeah,
softball bat or something.
I
Got to
need
get your
to
swings in.
just I need to roll all 100 or whatever I have, 120, and figure out which ones only roll sixes, and then just bring those to games.
Oh, that would be yeah, that'd be ideal probably.
Yeah, most effective move. So yeah. What else? Lots of lots of cool people around again. Just like always, we get to see friends that we don't see often, and then we meet up with the friends that we do see often. Um, I liked. I again liked Milwaukee. I thought we had some good dinners and some good times. A lot of tequila one night, which probably
Probably
was not the best
probably too
plan.
much. Probably is I'd
Probably,
classify that as too much.
yeah, yeah. That was rough. I
Yeah,
think Friday night. Friday night was a
yeah.
little bit rough.
Saturday was the struggle bus.
Yeah, Linda did. I don't even think Linda got out of bed on Saturday, so she had a rough Saturday.
Yeah, I planned on getting up early and heading over to the hall to check out the vendors early Saturday morning, and
I
yeah,
think we got there about noon, twelve
yeah,
thirty.
we slow rolled it over there. So, and then we weren't there that long, which I think in like hindsight, two less tequila shots probably would have just been fine. Like, would have been able to function the next day earlier, but um, like what we didn't do
It
on
was fun
Saturday,
though.
but we didn't like go over to the teams event at all and say hi to people, which I thought I would do, and check out like those team display boards because those were really cool
Yeah,
when I saw pictures of them. So I mean, like other than that, it's whatever. But um, yeah, like you said, I think that this year was a little bit more organized, or at least people knew where shit was, right?
yeah, yeah,
Um, our play area was cool. I think it was a lot larger because it was in that like open atrium kind of area, which felt cool. Um, like you said, we had good dinners. I think what we probably and I was just looking through some stuff this morning. Like last year, we took pictures of stuff. This year, I didn't get a lot of pictures at all. Um, we should have done a team photo, which we didn't do. Like we're bad at like organizing shit like that. I think we're just there.
yeah.
We're
It's just
focused on what we got to do, and then like
we're playing in the tournament, so we're worried
yeah.
about what's going on with our games. Yeah,
But
yeah, that would have been good.
it would have been cool to have a team photo. We had a lot of guys there. I think we had like 8 OMG guys at Adepticon this year. Um, would have been cool to get a photo of everybody. Also, would
Yeah,
have been cool to like have like a team night outside of you know playing in the tournament and stuff, where we could all went to dinner somewhere. Or...
I mean, we kind of did. I
No, I know,
mean,
but like we didn't get like all the guys together, all the OMG guys, and there was
yeah,
even guys like OMG guys there that weren't playing because I saw Marty and I saw Drew. They were there. They came and said hi
yeah.
during our games, but like we could have corralled a little bit better and made like a plan for a night or whatever or something. But Anyways,
Next year. Next year
that's
we'll plan it into the schedule. We'll just tell everybody, okay, this night's OMG night, so just be ready to roll.
yeah. So,
I mean, we got to hang with Dan Sasala from Burning River Boys.
oh, we did.
Got to know
Yeah.
him real well, which was super fun. He's a good guy. He had some
Yep.
tequila shots.
He had. Yeah. Yeah, he did. He had some of those. He had some crazy drinks.
Yeah.
I don't know how he functioned the next day, but kudos to you, Dan. You can handle some shit.
Well, you know who can handle some shit is Mitch. That guy was like, yeah, what?
Yeah, I can't believe.
I think he drank the most.
I think he did, and
well, Linda
I don't know. Yeah, but Linda was in bed the next day. Mitch got up and worked at the bits shop the next morning. Like he was like, "Yeah, man, I was fine." I was like, "No fucking way."
Yeah. That guy's a thug.
I
think he was dumping him on the floor.
He puked and rallied in the morning or something.
Maybe. He says he didn't.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, I don't know.
Shit. Anyway, let's talk about the games we had. What do we want to do first?
All right.
Well, we'll go. First, we'll preface like how things went in placings. There was 5-5-0s because there was 179 or 180 something players, something.
Yeah.
And I don't remember at the award ceremony which one of these guys like took home like best overall or best general or whatever. However,
best general is the guy on the top, I think.
Yeah, I don't like I said I don't remember if like how the paint factored in to which guy got what or whatever, but Gavin Gregar with Sylvaneth 5-0, one of the best players on the planet, so of course he's up there.
Yep.
Chase Fair with Flesh Eater Courts 5-0. Michael Roush, obviously. Bone Reapers 5-0.
Somehow.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, he complains about his army.
Derek Perham, Disciples of Zinch. Actually, I think they had I think he was the one that had a mirror match into Zinch round 5. So, who knows? Zinch is apparently good. And then Caleb Walters, another top tier player, also 5-0 with Zinch. So there's your 5-0s.
There you go.
None of us are up there. Me or you.
Mike Roush. Mike Roush is up there.
Roush, he did play for us this weekend.
Yeah. He was Old Man Gaming.
But
we had some 4-1s.
We did. Notable 4-1s.
Just talk about ours.
As the aforementioned, Dan Sasala, friend of the OMG clan.
Friend of OMG.
Yeah. 4-1 there with his Stormcast. We did have. You know what's easier to do? Let's hold on. I can just do this. I think. There we go. So just by searching for Old Man, Roush 5-0. Jack was 4-0 going into the last round, and he ended up losing to Caleb. So he had Nurgle 4-1. Jacob Hoey 3-2 with Nurgle. Myself, 3-2 with Flesh Eaters. Mitch, 3-2 with Seraphon somehow.
That's impressive.
Crazy, because Seraphon is bottom tier right now.
Dog shit.
Then we had Andrew Locke, 3-2 with Zinch. Max Landrum, 2-2-1 somehow with Flesh Eaters. And then rounding out the bottom, our own Josh, 2-3 with Nurgle.
It's 2-1 day one, and then things fell apart on day 2.
And then you had a collapse. Day 2 collapse.
Too many. No, I can't even
not that day. You want to start with your games and how they went?
Yeah.
maybe. Okay.
So I played round one against Cisco Sierras. He was playing Skaven. Kind of an interesting list. He was playing with like a lot of Doom wheels and
Oh
stuff
yeah.
like that.
Yep. I remember.
I ended up beating him 57-49. It was tight, good game, but I just kind of outlasted him. Round two, like I had said before, I played against Steven Matta, who was playing Iron Jaws. And the map was kind of rough. I think it was one that was six. I think it had six objectives, or it was one that had some spread out objectives. And I tabled him to the model, but I just couldn't score points in the last, at the end fast enough. So I ended up losing 50-45. And then rounding out day one, I played against Andrew Chorus, who was playing against playing Lumineth. And I don't really remember anything particular about his list, but I ended up winning that one 53-30. He just didn't do any damage. He just couldn't pass the damage check. So again, I had a pretty good day one, and I was feeling pretty good about my army. um, Went into day two playing against Skaven again. This time
Well,
was
let's say real quick before we go to day two. uh, if nobody knew, because we didn't know at the time, but round one pairings were all random. It wasn't Swiss or ranked or anything.
you mean day one
Day
pairings?
day one, yeah, sorry. Day one. So day one, you got three random guys, which was cool because you got to play whatever's right.
Yeah.
But anyways, day two.
Excuse me. Day two, I played. My first round was against Skaven again. Like I said, Todd Rooks. He ended up beating me. It was 42-27. We only played 3 turns. He's probably the slowest player I've ever played against, and he didn't really know any of his rules, but he was playing with a bunch of the the rat ogres, and they're really fucking good. And then he had the priest guy, and then also the soggy bell, and I just couldn't take any of his stuff off. He didn't really take any of my stuff off, and we just basically just sat there and duked it out. Um, in the if you were to look in the official scoring, it was 62-27 because for some reason he went to the judges and asked for extra points. They said if I agreed to it, I guess he wanted internet points because he ended up 3-2, so it didn't matter anyways. But I gave him the 20 points because I'm badass. And then I played G. Gavin in the final round, playing Hedonites of Slanesh. He smacked me pretty bad. It was 70-35. G was a real good guy. I really enjoyed our game. Uh, I had no idea that Slanesh could do the damage it did. um, I didn't really have to get into him and fight him, and I started with a 20-point turn and then just kind of went downhill from there. I probably didn't need to go so hard to start. I could have just kind of taken it slower, but yeah, it is what it is, and I learned because I had no idea that they could do quite the damage they do. They're all glass, glass cannons, but I don't do a shit ton of damage myself. So my army was built to stand there, and so he ended up putting the hammer on me. So I ended up like we said 2-3. I think Nurgle's strong list. I worked a lot before, the week or so before, and I just didn't get enough games in to practice, and so um, I think I like my list, and I probably play the same list again. But we'll see. We'll see when I get the opportunity to.
Yeah, the test games we had were. I mean, I'm trying to run my monsters into you, which is a bonus for Nurgle because there's not as many wounds to chew through.
Yeah.
And as soon as you
And
get disease on dragons, it's like hard to deal with it because I can't really heal all of them.
yeah, in that game round four, I did not. I got disease on a couple things, but I couldn't get the Rodigus spell up. I failed the Rodigus spell like 3 or 4 times.
Oh, really? Jeez.
Yeah. So I couldn't get it up, so he just kept healing it off. Like he would just bring a guy back and okay, it's gone. Now I'll rally or so I just couldn't. I mean, I just didn't get disease on him and keep it on him. It was
Yeah.
completely ineffective. So that was also part of the reason why I just couldn't kill his models. But it is what it is.
It turns out that you got to get that spell off.
I mean, some lists don't play it. I don't know. I don't know how. I don't know how they like.
It's real
I mean,
good when you
it
can't
seems
heal
like
the
a
disease.
yeah. That's fucking it. That's the best. The best. I don't know, but every army should play it. So how did your tournament go?
Subpar from my expectations, I think.
So both of us.
However, um, I did finish day one 2-1 like you did. So I think like going into day two, we were really optimistic about
Yeah.
our outcomes. My first game was against Matt Vardy. Um, we've met a few times before at other tournaments, so we kind of knew of each other, kind of thing. He was playing Gits, and not a real great Gits list, I don't think, because he had a big spider in it, which never really seen on the table before. But it was cool.
Cool.
Like the army looked
Yeah.
cool. He was enjoying himself, that kind of stuff. And the score of that game was 74-4. Probably one of the most lopsided games I've ever played.
Yeah.
But in Matt's defense, he was scared to fight the bats. I charged him turn one, and then got the 1-2 double. Took it. He had basically a unit or two left on his bottom of two, and could never get out of his deployment zone. So it was just lopsided. We played out another turn just because we were there to roll dice. I think we were both like seeing the writing on the wall, but it was like, hey, let's play another round. What the hell? So we played 3 before calling it, but yeah, that was a fun game. Super cool dude. I liked him a lot. I think he just took the brunt end of like everything really went well for me on that game. So,
yeah.
And the reason why I made an emphasis on the random day one pairings is because of my second game opponent. Somehow, in every tournament, we get gatekeeped by the one and only Michael Rausch. So, and like we were looking at the standings and stuff, and I'm like, oh man, I had like a baller game, 74-4. I'm playing someone else that scored in the 70s. Mike scored a 55 or something like that, something low in his first game. And then we got paired, and I'm like, this doesn't make any sense to my brain on how this happened. But it was random. So I got randomly paired into a guy that I play all the time, and someone that I can't really beat. So he's just better at warhammering than me. We had another weird game where I tried some things. He's very, very good at not making mistakes. And he's got a tough army to beat. He's playing the Bone Reapers with the whole reach out, touch you with the wedge horses, falling back. All the while he's shooting you and counter shooting you with his brick of 20 archer guys. It's tough, man. It's a tough list to crack. But I didn't win. We ended up with a score of 33-72 in that game. I tried some stuff that didn't work. Probably overextended a little bit. But again, Mike's very good. And it's tough to get around a list that he's very good at playing. So, Do whatever you want. It's fine. That was the soundboard. It was the soundboard. Yeah. So kudos to Mike for going undefeated, playing under the OMG banner at Adepticon. Just
Thanks
wish
for carrying
yeah,
us.
yeah, just wish I would have not drawn into him. That's all.
Yeah, that would have been way cooler.
Yeah. Game 3. Went into this game versus Benoit Gascon, French
I think
Canadian player.
didn't he get best paint?
He did. Yeah, his army was awesome looking. He had an awesome looking display board. He was playing Lumineth. He was playing 2 big cows with the Stone Guard guys and a couple other foot heroes. It wasn't a lot in the list, which I guess most of that stuff's pretty expensive. At least the big cows,
Yeah.
probably. Thematically, it looked very cool.
A lot of freehand on his capes and stuff.
Yeah, man, it was like really great. And super nice guy too, by the way. I remember in our game thinking like, oh, I can do enough damage to this. I literally was like, I'm just gonna kill the stuff. And being like taking like the mountain runes every turn was pretty crazy. He did save himself, however, because apparently you can take a water rune and give someone -2 to charge or something like that. So in the first round where I tried to like charge him, I missed 2 charges because of the -2.
Nice.
Which was crazy. I was like, this isn't working out great at all. But then he kept taking Mountain Rune, which gives him 5 up wards.
Yeah.
And 5 up wards and a 3-up save is very hard to chew through.
Yeah.
Example, Nurgle.
Yep.
Yeah, so it was a tough sled. I ended up being up a lot of primary points because he stayed in his castle of the bubbles of the 5-up ward and that kind of thing and didn't move out quick enough. He killed a lot of my stuff toward the end of the game, but he didn't have enough units on the table to like grab all the objectives and stuff. So I ended up beating him 59-53.
Oof, still tight.
Yeah, it was very tight. Like I thought, like I almost had lost the game at one point because he like killed 4 of my dragons, I think. And I didn't have a lot left. I was like, oh man, this is kind of crazy. I can't do much to try to like keep him off objectives and stuff by tying him up. So it was a little bit scary. The cows hit like a truck.
Yeah.
I tried to one-shot them off the table and kind of failed a couple times, and then they healed, and yeah, it's crazy. But anyway, that was a really fun game. It was awesome to play against an army that was painted so well too. You don't always get the opportunity for that. So that was day 1. So 2-1 day 1. Going into day 2, like I said, we were super optimistic about like, hey man, we got 4 1s on the way. You know, you're playing Nurgle, I'm playing Feck. Both armies are real good. Hell yeah, OMG, fuck, let's rock it. And then day 2 came.
Yeah. And then we woke up.
But my first game, day 2, was against Sean, and Sean was playing Seraphon. And I had enough experience playing against Seraphon recently that I kind of knew what they were about and kind of had a plan. Like as long as they didn't keep castled up and they got to spread a little bit, I could start picking them off. Which that ended up happening. I didn't engage him off the rip because he kept a big castle around the Slan with like the reinforced monster killing Croxagore, which was a big scary thing. He had some Lancers. He had the big Carnosaur guy. I'm blanking on the rest of it, but there was enough threats there to where if I had full sended at him, he would have been able to, clap me back pretty hard. So I literally like he started like say this corner of the board. I started in the middle, and then I shifted this way and stayed at distance, um, which was probably pretty smart because then he had to like come toward me, and then I could start fighting the stuff I wanted to fight. That game ended up 60-46 in my favor.
Okay.
So
So
3-1
3-1. Yeah.
going into the last round. I thought, okay, cool. I was gonna be happy with a 4-1. That's what I told myself. Like even before starting, if I could go 4-1 again. So I went 4-1 last year. Be pretty cool. Like maybe get best death or maybe best feck or something like that. Which turned out not even a thing because there were so many feck and death armies that did really well.
Yeah.
But I would have had a shot, I guess. So going into the last round, I played Eddie Coronado. He was from the Wicked Dicey People clan or group, whatever club. Um, Pretty cool dude. We got to talk and shop a little bit about tournaments and things like that. Which we probably should plan to go out to Boston one of these days.
Yeah, I heard
Plan one of
Miranda
their-
telling Linda she wants to go out to Boston.
Yeah, I think it'll
So-
be a cool city to visit. They have a big one or two big tournaments out there a year, I think. So be kind of a cool trip. But anyways, our game, it went downhill real fast for me. The map didn't help me out because his whole army teleports multiple times.
What was he playing?
He was running Stormcast, and he had 3 units of Questors, which have a once per game built-in teleport. He was running the Porta Potty, which you can teleport something with. He was running the Relictor that can pray for a teleport. He was running a reinforced Palador unit that can apparently move 20 some inches and still shoot and run and charge and whatever, right?
Yep.
So that you have to keep distance from. He ran Bastion, which wasn't that impactful other than his pregame move thing to 3 units. He was running Vigilors and Long Strikes. I think that was his whole list. But we played the map. I don't remember what the map is now, but it was like the 2 objectives spread wide, or 4 objectives and 2 wide, right? So you kind of played long table wise.
Yeah.
Which helped him out versus my fast army because he could teleport. So, in hindsight, I wouldn't have tried to hunt him down early. I would have waited. But the targets he gave me were targets I needed to kill in order for me to perform well in the game. Because he set up 2 units of Questors outside an objective that I already had tagged. So he couldn't get them on the objective, which was good. Because if he would have get them on there, that was the quest mark objective, which gives him a 4 aboard on Questors.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, cool. He's outside of it. He can't get on it. It'll be my turn. Boom. I'll just be able to like bum rush him with some dragons and fight him without a ward, right? Try to do that. Set up my stuff to be able to do that. And then he counter prayed and teleported his 3rd unit of Questors onto the objective.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, because like once he teleported, he teleported 2 units of Questors over there, not on the objective. I redeployed backwards like 4 inches, so it wouldn't give him the opportunity to charge me with those 2 units, which was smart at the time. Then, like I said, on my turn, he counter prays teleports a unit right onto the objective. So now those guys have a 4 board. I tried to like just DPS my way through it. Turns out I couldn't. I didn't roll very good also, but like I said, in hindsight, I stay back and let him come. We play more of an even scoring game until the time I get to like actually fight him. But yeah, I think I would do some stuff differently during that game, and I couldn't also like leave my home objectives because he would just been able to teleport onto them.
Yeah.
So it's a weird style of game when you got so much of that army that can teleport. But anyways, kudos to Eddie. He played a good game. He got me 55-40. So ended my 4-1 chance. Yeah. So I ended up 3-2, which is still cool. Like having a positive win rate, it's always good in a big giant tournament. But yep, had high hopes that playing Feck once again would get me a 4-1, but alas, 3-2s. So put me in the average bucket. I'm an average gamer.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
It is what it be. It's still a fun time. It was a fun time. I didn't even mind 2-3. I was disappointed by it, but it's like whatever. Went played 5 games, hung out with everybody, and I bought some stuff at the antique shops afterwards. So
Yeah. Yeah.
so it was a fun trip. Would recommend 10 out of 10.
Yeah. The convention as a whole, very cool. One of these days, like I would hope that we could get to play in the teams doubles thing on Saturday, Sunday. That seems like a cool event to play in.
Yeah, that would be a good one.
But then again, it's like 4 straight days of playing Warhammer versus 2 days and hanging out a couple days. That's like the trade off. Like if you do that, you're not hanging out for shit, right? Not really, anyway. But anyways, good turnout for the OMG boys. Everybody positive win rates except for Josh. Weird. But you'll get better at Warhammer. I know.
Yeah. No. Probably not.
Yeah, but like you'll do fine down in Kentucky too, because I don't know how much experience those guys have playing against Hellsmiths. I'm not aware that any of them play it down there.
Yeah, but I mean it's nothing tricky. Bunch of one wound bros.
It's true.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
But that was our Adepticon experience. If I wish I would have been able to have like. It would have been cool to cycle through all of our OMG guys like on a show and be like, "Hey man, how'd your games go?" That kind of stuff. Jack took off very quickly afterwards, so we didn't even really get to talk to him. He left Friday night and drove back. Like soon as he didn't even stay for the award ceremony. So, yeah, I guess I don't know. I don't know if he was just disappointed in that last loss or he just had to go.
He had to go. He had told me because I had said let's not do dinner Thursday, let's do it Friday, and he's like, no, I can't do it. So I ended up going out with a lot of. That's right. You stayed Friday.
We stayed.
You had pizza. I went and ate with a lot of the guys, so we all went and had some dinner.
That's right.
So we kind of. That's why I was saying we kind of did a team thing.
I just didn't. Yeah.
Yeah. He had to go home because he was coming back into town with his family for spring break. So like he had to hustle back so he could meet up with them. Yeah. So I think he was happy with his 4-1.
Oh, shoot. He did win an award, I think, for best Nurgle. Was it? Probably.
Maybe. Yeah. He was at the top. 4-1.
Yeah, I mean, like, congratulations to all our bros. We did. I will tell you this because I don't know if you've seen this yet. they submitted the tokens for ITC, and I got to go into it first. ITC team rankings for, what is this ranking? The United States, North America region, OMG, second best team in the country.
Oh, number 2.
Yes, sir.
Number 2 in the country. Who's ahead of us?
Wicked Dicey.
Wicked Dicey. Those
Yep.
guys. That's why you want to go over to Boston.
I don't even know. Just the way it worked out. They have some good players over there apparently.
Yeah. And then where are we at in the world?
In the world, I believe we're 6th. Well, let me change it.
That's what you had told me before.
Global rankings for teams. 6th best on the planet right now.
That's what I'm talking about. Number 6.
Yep. Notable mention: Burning River Boys are 9th in the world.
Not bad. Not bad.
I did think it was a little strange. I'll poke the bear here again because poking the bear is fun. Burning River Boys showed up to our OMG, the OMG Open. Did really well.
Real well.
Got a lot of good points because we had a decent sized tournament. But outside of one guy, they were too afraid to play at Adepticon.
Ooh, that's awkward.
So,
and I think we're on the verge of making Sasala an old man gamer. So,
like, you guys don't want to come and support your teammate.
He has a few more team tournaments like with us, and the pre and post game with us, like he did this last one, and he may be playing old man gaming. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it turns out all it takes is alcohol and
tequila.
You can convert people with tequila shots.
And he had a Sazerac, and he had an old fashioned, and all kinds of good drinks. So if the other boys would have came, maybe they would have probably wanted to play old man gaming from here on out too.
Hey, Hoey joined the chat. What's up, dude? He said he had a great time, and Jack did win best Nurgle. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Good deal.
That's what I thought. But yeah, so that was it was a good weekend for our boys. It was a fun weekend for all of us. Always a cool trip to go out there. Like I said, and you said it earlier too. Is like we get to meet up with a lot of guys we only see like once a year. So it was pretty cool. Just like, Hunter. Let's give a shout out. Hunter, head TO judge guy. I don't know. I remember what his title was there. Rules judge, something like that.
Rules judge. He was rules judge.
Yeah.
And then he's going to be, I think, in 2 years. He said he's going to take over for head judge. Next year, he's not, but the year after that he will.
But as far as the tournament was ran, Nick True, the TO,
always excellent.
Great event again. Like I think since he started taking over, it changed it from this kind of weird thing to more competitive, streamlined tournament. So round of applause for those guys and the rest of the judges that were helping out. And it never felt like something was weird, or it didn't take them a long time to even figure out the awards at the end of the tournament, which is crazy because like out of 180 some players, like it would have taken us a long time, I think maybe. I don't know. We only barely had 50, and it seemed like it took a little bit of time to figure it out. But they have a lot more to deal with than just, you know, a handful of players. So, but yeah, very much enjoyable. Hoey says his games went well. The losses were into Hellsmiths player that were at the top tables, and the
Yeah.
Fire Slayers with the ward stripping KO regiment. Yeah, it turns out taking people's wards away is it's real good.
That's not fun.
That was one of the problems I also had against Mike too, because he keeps putting that shrieker endless spell out, and I don't get wards, and I just take mortals because he just only does mortals, and yeah, I'll get you one day, Mike. You can count on it.
Write that down.
Oh boy.
Hopefully, sometime when he's playing for a different team. Never when he's playing for our team.
Yeah. Well, right. I didn't want to say this out loud, but I let Mike win just because I knew he'd 5-0 under the OMG banner.
Yeah.
Like if he was playing for Burning River or some other half-ass team, then I would have put the nails to him. Yeah.
I mean, I
That's
believe
that's
that.
what I'm gonna say. Not from now on. Yeah.
Yeah.
I let Mike win.
Yeah. I mean, if Mike plays for Old Man Gaming from here on out, then he'll just always win because everybody lets him.
Yeah, that's true. We'll let Mike be the best player in the world. I don't mind. I don't need to be the best player. Luke, you can only comment about stuff if you attended such things.
Yeah. If you show up, then you can make comments.
Yeah. Like if you don't go to Adepticon, you don't get an opinion.
Yep. You weren't there. You don't know how it went down.
Those are facts. Now you will be able to talk all you want about the upcoming game in down in the Trash Clash, and I won't say nothing.
Yep.
Maybe.
Probably.
Probably
Probably
still say
will.
something,
Yeah.
but at least you'll have a leg to stand on there. I don't know how he's our friend.
Well,
Like I mean like why he wants to keep being our friend. I mean,
right. You won't go 2-3 with Iron Jaws.
oh dude,
Iron Jaws are going to be too good right now.
Iron Jaws are good. If you go 2-3 with Iron Jaws, you misplayed them. That's what I'll tell you. All
Yeah.
right, just so Luke's aware before we get off the stream. First phase of the game is hero phase. Second phase of the game is movement phase. Third phase shooting. Fourth phase charge. Fifth phase fight. Sixth phase end of turn. Write them down on a post-it note or something. That way you'll know how to play. That's the
Okay.
thing that you'll have to remember.
There you go. Write that down.
Yep. Oh man. All right. Well, this morning was fun.
Yeah. Good times.
I did.
Reliving all that
I did
pain.
start the stream with a migraine, so that was fantastic. But now since I've been medicated and had some caffeine, it's gone away. So today's going to be
Good
great.
deal.
Yeah.
Good deal. And I'm going to go to bed because I got to get up and go back to work tonight. So
That's true. Oh, hey, Josh, fun fact. If you want to 5-0 in Kentucky, you have to let Luke share your bed.
Luke's
But
not even sharing my Airbnb.
well, I mean,
So
like you could. Like you just could.
no, no, he can stay in the other Airbnb and cuddle up with Mike, and
And
I
Mike can
will.
5-0.
Yeah, Mike and 50, and I will just hang uh, with Max.
Yeah, okay. All right. That's good times. Oh man. Well, boys and girls has been just a shade over an hour, I guess now.
1 hour or so.
Yeah, if you want to leave comments on the YouTube video, about how your Adepticon experience was, please go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
Like I said, we can only talk about our experience, but it is cool to hear stories. I mean, we've had friends that were out there that didn't play at least in an AOS event. We've seen Jeff there, Jeff
Yep.
Campbell Crowley, and he was there with a buddy. He was playing different games, not AOS this year. What was that other new game? Malediction or something like that they were demoing,
Yeah.
I think.
I don't know.
We had a couple guys play some demos of that. I know there's a bunch of stuff out there to do. We don't get to do a lot of it because we're focused in on playing in AOS tournaments. But like if you want to just shoot us a blurb or whatever, or in the Discord, feel free. It's cool to
Yeah.
hear
Tell us your
everybody's
favorite
stories.
part. Tell us what you liked, what you didn't like. We'll pass it on to the guys that run the convention.
Yeah, because we know people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We might have done tequila shots with some of the.
Yeah, I mean, like that's part of the reason why we do the things and feel like shit the next day is so we can network. We're doing our part, is what we're saying.
Yeah. We're just trying to grow the team.
Yeah.
And give everybody on the team opportunities.
Yeah, and we might have some new team members out of it, maybe.
Yeah.
Rafferty,
Like Rafferty.
come on, Rafferty, get your ass in here.
Start playing.
But that'll be all for today, boys.
Okay.
We're gonna do some Easter shenanigans this afternoon, I think, down at the mom's house while Josh sleeps. And yeah, we'll see you. We'll see you in maybe a month or sooner. I don't know.
Maybe sooner.
Peace out. Let's go.
Maybe right after this next tournament, we'll come. We'll
Oh
come
yeah,
back and I'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'll have to do one of those. So next weekend. That's next weekend, right?
Yeah.
Next weekend,
So-
Trash Clash. Let's top 8 all of our OMG guys, and take home all the prizes and all the trophies from Kentucky. That's the goal.
Let's do it.
All right, boys.